welcome back to my challenge. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday season. I know I did. It was super quiet and chill, which was perfect for me. So for today's challenge for Pouring Coast to Coast, I decided to do a no challenge. I figured after the holidays, I just wanted the ladies to be able to do whatever they felt like they wanted to do. So that's where we're at. Yeah, let's get down to the table and pour some paint. And as always, remember that creativity takes courage. So find your courage and go make some art. Here we are. So for my colors, I have drips that have been strained and color corrected to get this beautiful, rich metallic black. I have Antique Copper from Folk Art. This is a really cool color shift paint, love it. I have Copper from Acrylic. This is a gorgeous metallic copper. It dries so rich and shimmery. I have Golden's Payne's Gray. I have that same paint mixed with a little bit of silver, and the silver is Artist Loft. I have Golden's Turquoise Phthalo, sorry, and that's also mixed with silver. I have Rich Espresso from Deco Art. I have Pale Gold from Modern Masters. And then from Rust-Oleum, I have Flash Copper and Flash Gold. These are interference colors, so I'm gonna dip just a little bit and you can kind of start seeing how that looks different once it's on black, and then once it dries, it's a very different color. So I've got copper and gold. I also have a cell activator here. This is Golden's Bone Black with, or Carbon Black maybe, with Amsterdam pouring medium. And then I have a 24-inch canvas deep edge. So this is a canvas that I used previously, didn't love it. So I've done a quick coat of black gesso, and I like, while you can pour directly on top of another pour, I like doing a gesso coat because it gives the canvas a little more tooth again, instead of it being quite so slippery. And I think it tends to be easier to manipulate the paint, and I think it dries better. So here I'm just getting things set up, and I like to have some paper towels that are pre-cut and dampened with a little bit of water, and then I'm just pouring my cell activator in the side there. And then I'm going to give the whole thing a nice base coat so that everything's nice and even and ready to go for swiping. And then the other thing I want to point out here is that when I'm doing a swipe, I actually like to have my paint a little more varied. So I kind of do these squiggly lines, and then I'm also going to do some splatters at the bottom. And that gives a little more variation in your swipe, I believe, than when you just have everything straight across. And also, I have this whole thing sped up between 1.5 and 2, and that's just to get us in the time limit that we try to set for our Pouring Coast to Coast videos. I just love watching those cells pop. And if you're not familiar, the Amsterdam pouring medium works so well as a cell activator, especially for swipes and things. I think it is every bit as good as the Aussie Floetrol, but at a fraction of the expense. So I'll just say that tends to be my preferred cell activator. And then I also wanted to say that I didn't end up loving what was going on at the very bottom of the canvas there. It ended up getting a little muddied and not as much definition as I would have liked. Now, what I wish I would have done is poured a little more black over that area and done a second swipe line. I chose not to do that, and I didn't end up loving it. So I'd kind of sat with this canvas for a while. And that's when I decided to do the embellishment. I had had this idea of sculpting epoxy resin for a while, and I just wasn't sure where I wanted to fit it in with my art. So that's what I did. Sometimes when I don't like a canvas, I really do sit with it for a while to see if it's something that I'm gonna get over or if there's some sort of embellishment I can do. And this time I chose an embellishment. And here I just have some epoxy resin that I've tinted with an opaque black dye. And I've also let it sit for a little bit so it starts to semi-cure. I want it to still be fluid, but I don't want it to spread out when I put it down on my silicone mat. So that's what I'm just doing here. I'm just making kind of a lacy sort of pattern with my epoxy. And then after that, I'm going to let it semi-cure. So it's to the point where it's cured to the touch. I can touch it and it's not sticky anymore, but it's still flexible. And then what I'm doing is I'm just putting some old paper towel rolls under my silicone mat to create that sort of wave-like pattern. And after I do that, then I let it sit for about 24 hours so that it's fully cured and hard and will hold that shape then after I pull it off of the mat.
Gonna stay out in the cold, where it never gets old. Gonna burn out slowly with my silver and gold. from town to town. Invite everyone to see. I'm both a lion and clown. What if we start over? Get a second chance. Well, my kids read Voltaire, and attack was his defense. Go without fear, love without remorse. Your life in my hand, and mine in yours. Well, on my way to the promised land. I get what you feel, but not what you say. Telling me to stay. 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 Don't let them fool you. Just a trick of the trade. Yeah, they'll keep you busy while it fades away.
And here we are with the final results. So I think this is really interesting. I do love what I got from the swiping. That little bit of blue pop, I think, really sets things off. Yeah, now I think compositionally, I'm not in love with the epoxy part of it, but that's okay. I really like this idea. I know that I can use it in other ways. And yeah, just keep experimenting, keep having fun, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.